Whoa, now everybody, I'm your host, Lambo Drew, and you are now tuned in to another edition of The Leverage Show. Welcome to The Leverage Show. Definitely excited about this one today. Definitely y'all want to be tapped in. Make sure y'all are sharing this link and getting this link out here to each and every single person you possibly can. I'm telling y'all do not want to miss this at all. Y'all want to make sure y'all are getting this to everybody because this may help change somebody's life around here. This today may just make or bless your day or even bless your year or bless somebody's year that will literally help position them in a whole better way. We're here to make sure that you guys are always leveling up to another level. Y'all seen and everything what we did Tuesday night. Shout out to my guy, Coach Rashawn, for literally going on ahead, leveling us up, man, for over 4 hours on that show. Now, today, I promise y'all, we are not going no 4 hours. We ain't going that length of time, so y'all do not have to worry about that. But make sure y'all are tapping in, man, because I'm telling you, it's really getting ready to get hot up in here and really help change your life. We're ecstatic about today. We're ecstatic about this broadcast. Not only in everything, man, because of the gentleman that in the next few minutes, I'm going to go ahead and introduce what's brought to us by some great dear friends of the show, but what the gentleman stands for. And this man definitely is standing for some great things in his community, some great things, man, amongst people, but also has a lot of experience from even the track records and the videos I've seen that he's actually been able to bless a lot of other people. So y'all want to make sure y'all are tapped in. Please share this. Get this out to somebody. Inbox them, DM them, whatever you can do, Facebook. Get this out to somebody because it will truly help bless and shape their life. All right, listen, let's go into chats and let's see who's up in here this far. Listen, my guy, Kennard Haney, is in the building. Happy Thursday, LA Law and the Leverage Show family. Good to see my guy, Kennard Haney, in the building. Definitely, y'all know we started 2 hours early today, so it's definitely going to be a hot show today. We ain't doing no 4 hours, so make sure y'all going ahead and be good. Y'all share this, get this information out because we're ecstatic. Yeah. Shout out to my baby. I see you. Hello, everyone. My wifey, LA Law, and Kim be on it. I love it. Thank you, wifey, for all your support and all you do here on the broadcast. Going on ahead and pushing out the best of me. So truly, I'm thankful for that. You already know I put it in here, man. We're starting early today. Make sure y'all get out here. What's up, man? Larry the Lion, I see you in the building. What's up, Lambo family? Thank you, Larry the Lion. Thank you. Definitely tapping in. Listen, tomorrow, y'all make sure y'all do not miss it tomorrow as well. Me and BOJ will be live tomorrow morning as well. So make sure y'all are all tapped into that as well. But make sure y'all are sharing this video tonight, today, this evening. Get this video out here because we want to make this go viral tonight. All right. My baby says, hello, Larry, already showing love, giving love back to the chat. Money is in the building. Hello, Money, you got this. Thank you. Larry's giving money, giving my wife some love right back. Hello, Mrs. Johnson. Thank you for that, Larry. LA Law says, hi, Kennard, Mrs. Johnson and Larry. Good to see everyone. What's up, LA Law? Good to see you. I see you in the building doing your thing as usual, getting them top spots. I see y'all. Hi, Money, showing love to Money. Larry showing money right back to LA Law. Kennard Haney's in the building said, woo, thank you. Don't know if I have 4 hours of listening and note-taking in me tonight. Nah, y'all guys don't have to worry about that. This is definitely going to be a lot of power packed in a short amount of time. So we're definitely ecstatic about this one, man, tonight. So thank you. All right, Fro, shout out to you, Fro. Hi, chill. What's up, Fro? You know what time it is. Larry said, Kennard, what's up? Showing love, man. Right back to Kennard. Kennard Haney said, appreciate you, Mrs. Johnson, man, showing love. My baby says, Kim, we already had that one-on-one talk. No 4 hours today. Yes, we done had 2 over 4 hours broadcast by 2 wonderful special guests. Shout out to Jim Stones and also shout out to Rashid. But, yo, we are not going that long. I promise y'all we're going to try to definitely be respectful of y'all time, especially today. We can't go that long because Pastor Rayshawn actually has another engagement behind this one. So definitely ecstatic about that one. All right. Hey, my guy Jay Ford's in the building. Shout out to you. It's getting ready to be powerful. Yes, it is. I'm ecstatic about this. It's definitely going to be a powerful one. Make sure y'all are getting this one out here, man. Thank you, Jay Ford, man, for the assist. Pastor, man, your bro off, man, to the Leverage Show family and introducing him to this platform that I know his voice and his message will be a huge blessing on. So thank you for that, Jay Ford. You already know I owe you one when we come out there to Cali, man. It's on me. Larry said, man, what time tomorrow you guys go live? It will be in the morning time in the a.m. I think it's probably going to be at 9 or 10 a.m. or something like that in the morning time. So make sure you guys are tapped into that. I'll be on BOJ's live. So definitely tap in, man, for that tomorrow morning. All right. So yeah, we'll make it happen. Y'all just make sure y'all set y'all notification and reminders for that one. All right. So thank you for that, Larry. Kanar Haney said, no disrespect to Pastor Rayshawn. No, it's definitely no disrespect at all. No 4 hours or nothing like that. So Pastor Rashawn is not going to be on in the 4 hours. So he's definitely got a lot of great things, man, to hit y'all with. So you definitely want to be tapped in. My guy, Kanar Haney, say shout out to you, Larry. Definitely giving Larry some love right back. Love, and everything, man, to hear that. Listen, we truly want to thank y'all for what y'all have done to this Leverage Show, for how y'all have made this Leverage Show y'all's show. This is not Lambeau's show, the Lambeau Drew show. This is not it. It's the Leverage Show. Y'all as a community have put this into other leaps and bounds, dimensions that we have not seen. And we have people, man, to watch us globally around the world and who tap in. And y'all have seen that on the broadcast. That's because y'all decided to make this show go global like it is. And because of that, we get some of the best guests who gets a chance to get in front of a camera and really get ready to talk about their journey and share their story and share their experience and help bless us and help further our journey that we may be able to go help other people in their journeys in their life. So make sure that you guys understand that the value that we bring to the show definitely comes with the price. The guests we bring to the show all come with the story. They paid the price. Some of them have paid a more severely bigger price than maybe others have paid. Truly, there is awesome to say about those who lead the flock and who are pastors in the ministry. I truly have a heart for those and everything, man, who are called by God and who are definitely helping lead people into the right direction with biblical truths and allowing them to align themselves up with the blessing of God and the blessing of Christ on their life so that they may be able to bless other people. So tonight, I'm esteemed to be able to go on ahead and have the brother of our guy, Jay Ford, to the Leverage Show family and being able to allow him to open up what God has placed on his heart, his thoughts, his mind, to be able to speak to the people and give us some clarity about his journey and how these tips and tricks can help further your life and in your journey and your walk a whole lot further. So without further ado, we welcome to the show my guy, Pastor Rayshawn Bey. Shout out to you, Pastor Rashawn. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing? How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Life is beautiful. Every day above ground is a great day, man. How about yourself?
Man, hey, everything is all good in the hood, you know. Hey, we're doing our thing, man. I'm telling you, I'm happy to be here. So honored to have an opportunity to be on this broadcast. We've been following you, definitely making noise, definitely doing your thing. And man, we are excited to be able to educate the people today and change somebody's life. If we just change one, hey, we'll be all right.
That's one. Hey, look, y'all already know you already helping change my life. So thank you, because I'm already in everything, man. You know, a student of you already, Pastor Rashawn. So thank you for accepting it. So yeah, we're gonna get down with the get down tonight. We're not even gonna go on ahead, man, and even get out there with it, man. And we're going to make sure that the people are all tapped in. I see y'all in the comments out here. Thank y'all. Listen, we want to know your start, your journey. Take us back to when God called you for pastoralship, and then also when God began to start dealing with you about business and kingdom business. Talk to us about that tonight.
Man, you know, everybody knows about the victory of stories, but, you know, I got to talk about the mud. I got to talk about the grind, the heartaches. You know, I wouldn't be where I am today if I hadn't have struggled, if I hadn't slept in my car, if I hadn't have been on the street, if I hadn't have made a lot of mistakes. I've been to jail. I've lost a child. anything that you can think about that went wrong in my life happened to me. Anything that you can think about. And a lot of times in life, when you find yourself trying to win, the best education you can have is when you learn how to lose.
Come on now.
When you learn how to lose, that's when you get a chance to elevate, because you'll say to yourself, the next time you see me, the same thing that took me out last time, I promise you it won't happen to me again.
Come on now.
And I say to myself, I said, man, why am I going through all this stuff, struggling? Why am I going through all this? And then I looked at myself at a place where, okay, I started getting on my feet, started making some moves, started making some money, got the big house, got the cars and everything. And then bam, $12,000 behind on my mortgage in 2019. I was so embarrassed I couldn't tell anybody. Car got repossessed. We were struggling so bad that we had to bathe out of Tupperware, heating up bottles of water in the microwave because our water was cut off. I couldn't ask nobody for nothing because they said, that's Pastor Bey, that's First Lady, that's them. So my pride wouldn't let me ask for no help. But what I realized after I kept saying, why me, I had to say to myself, why not me?
Come on now.
Why not me?
Come on now.
Because how can I help somebody get out of the struggle if I've never once walked in their shoes? And so through all those tragedies, all those trials, all those tribulations, I learned how to lose. I learned how to fail. Because they say if you want to win fast, succeed fast, you got to fail fast. I had to learn from the mistakes that I was going to have to overcome. But not only, I had to learn how to teach somebody else how to overcome too. And so one of the biggest things that happened in my life is turning my life over to the Lord and being able to find myself. A lot of times I was looking in the mirror, but I still wasn't seeing the one in the reflection. I was just looking past, just kind of getting by, just kind of ignoring, just kind of saying, well, it'll fix itself, or, just being naive to the things I need to work on. And when it comes to accountability, a lot of times the reason why we fall short is because we're not holding ourselves accountable, and we're not being real with ourselves. We're not being our world's worst critic. We're just sitting here trying to make everybody like us instead of us loving ourselves. And so I sat there, and through that transformation of ministry, falling short so many times and falling short again, because it's one thing when you never had anything, but it's another thing when you get it and then you lose it. It's some people can't recover from that. And so I was so excited on where we are today. Me and my wife are on this journey with our business, with our ministry, taking care of our children, just things that we're doing. We're so excited because now I can see the light at the end of somebody else's tunnel, because sometimes that's what it is. People are so much in a dark place that they need somebody that says, I see your light. I see your end of the tunnel. I see the best of your story has yet to be told. I see that all you need to do is turn the page and go to another chapter. There's another chapter. This is not the end of the book, And so that's what it was for me, man. And ever since, I've been on fire, helping people, protecting families all over the nation, preaching all over the nation, and just trying to let people know that, hey, if I can make it, you can make it too.
Wow. You have unpacked so much within just that, what you have said. And I literally seen a lot of us have been through a lot of that. But to say what you just said was most important thing. You said, man, at one point I was $12,000 behind in my mint in your mortgage, and you got the big house. And a lot of people don't understand that it's much more harder to learn to keep it once you do get it than it is once you actually get it. And so many people are out here with this facade of trying to say we're going after the monetary thing, and true vision and everything, man, starts from within first. What was the shifting point when you came to that realization and said, you know what? I'm at the position where God has allowed us to have these things, allowed us to be steward of these things. How can I shift and transition so I don't just be hood rich, but I'll be God's wealthy of rich? Talk to us about that. What happened with the shift?
I had to realize that in order to fix where you are, you got to find out how you got there. And I realized a lot of times in life, we spend more time wearing our wealth instead of investing or saving or inheriting what we have. We want to look good so bad. We want to have this image so bad instead of actually having the knowledge. I tell people this: if you don't have a good relationship with money and you don't give it something to do, it's going to get bored and it's going to leave you. It's going to either get spent or it's going to get lost. And so it was me just changing my mindset, saying to myself, I got to change myself. I got to do something. I can't point the finger at who left me, who talked about me, who deserted me, who did this. It's so easy to say what you did right instead of saying what you did wrong. And so once I started taking self-accountability and saying, man, you know what? I did mess up. Maybe I could have done that better. And I started reading books, man. You know, I tell people your success is based on two things: the people that you meet and the books that you read.
Correct. Facts. So now, not only did you started reading books, this is what is so good. You started applying the information you got from those books, right?
Right.
And what happened once you started applying? Because there's one thing when we read the good book, you know, and we can see all the principles of God. But then also when we read the book of business and God downloads the Joseph anointing on you for business, dude, things begin to start taking off. Talk to us and everything, man, how you elevated from just reading and then bringing it into full application in your life.
Yeah. Like I said, we connected with the company, and man, we just really started getting around the right people that gave us the game, that gave us the knowledge, the people that were living the lifestyle that we actually want. And through that, started getting mentorship. I tell everybody, get yourself a mentor, somebody that's going to hold you accountable, somebody that's going to challenge you. So they teach us that, man, you hit certain levels and goals in life. But if you don't have something that's bigger than that, you find yourself slowing down. So a lot of times in life, what we'll do is we'll say, I want to make six figures. And then when you work so hard, you get there, the passion and drive is gone and you start slowing down, because there's a good book I recommend everybody read. Mm-hmm. What got you here won't get you there. What got you here won't get you there. And so a lot of times we focus so much on what got us here that we never figured out another plan that's going to get us there. So I started doing that, and that forced me to start applying the method of tracking data month in, month out, this time, same time last year. And as long as you're improving, this same time last month, so January, I know our business is already ahead because I already know where our numbers were. We're already doubled our numbers. So I already know that we're doing good. And that way, the anxiety and the pressure of, man, am I killing it or am I not killing it? Am I doing this and am I doing that? You keep yourself saying, well, as long as I'm better than I was this same time January last year, I'm up. Yeah. So people don't know how to measure their plus or minuses, you know? And so, man, we started learning the rules of money. We started learning that banks hold most of their assets in life insurance. You know, I got a list of over, 300 major banks, Bank of America being the top. They have over $23 billion of not their money. They got our money, which is their money, inside life insurance policies. You know, Wells Fargo, TD Bank, Santander. I mean, it's just amazing to see. And it's like, why are they doing that? Well, number one, you don't pay any taxes. Number two, you don't lose any money. Number three, you get compounding interest. Number four, you can borrow against it and still earn interest on the full principal and use the money over here. And guess what they do? They loan it to me and you from the Federal Reserve and charge you 6% while they're still making 9% over here. And if you don't pay it back, it don't matter because the money was still in there. Yep. And so it's those type of things that I said, man, what if I would have learned this a long time ago? Where would we be today? So we teach people these type of principles and fundamentals on how to make their money work for them instead of them working hard for the money.
Shout out to that. Do you know, I literally last night, it's coincidentally that we're talking about this. I last night talked with a family friend who was in that same situation. She's an older lady in the same situation. And she said, Andrew, that doesn't sound like one of the policies that she got in. Didn't sound like one of the policies that I was stating out. And the thing about it was one of the ladies who introduced her to the policy wasn't so aware of that policy that you're actually talking about. We call it the Rockefeller play now and stuff like that, because the Rockefellers did it. That particular lifestyle, she didn't know because the information was unaware. Now you're able to go back and show people in your congregation or within your business, hey, this is the model and the structure that we need so that we may be able to go ahead and generate wealth for a lifetime, not just for us, but for the ones after us. Tell us about that when you actually got the revelation of that light bulb going off. What did it do to the people, man, that you started giving that information back to?
Man, it started giving people a peace of mind because, one of the main key benefits there is a lot of people look at investing. They look at saving money. Well, everything's long-term most of the time, unless you're doing, Forex or crypto. Mm-hmm. So long-term, but here's another reason why people do it with insurance is because you got a short-term backup plan that's involved in it. So you have this thing called a living benefit. Living benefit says that if you have cancer, you have a stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, dementia, blindness, whatever the injury, coma, whatever the case may be, you can access anywhere between $25,000 all the way to $1.5 million while you're still living. And here's what's crazy. The benefit's been out since 1937. 1937, that benefit's been around. I'm thinking about everybody in my family could have accessed that. And we just had a recent story. Sheila Mack, one of my business partners, got a policy in 2021 and healthy, no illnesses, man, she didn't even chew gum. Man, she didn't do nothing, right? She was just healthy, right? So 10 months later, went to the doctor, went and did a checkup like normal. They called her back, said, you got stage 3 cancer. Wow. The insurance company we put her with paid her enough money. She bought a brand new house, custom built. She went from renting to buying a house, custom built, brand new car, and she put money in her retirement. And 5 months ago, she took her last round of treatment of chemo. She's cancer-free.
Wow. Do you see that is a transfer of generation wealth, man, right there. Do you see how the knowledge of that, when you applied now, what probably would have looked like one of the most dangerous, man, or even, man, dramatic points where people are definitely suffering trauma when sicknesses come, has now all of a sudden came full circle and blessed her even more because she was able to take advantage of that because she fell into those categories.
It's a lot of people just like her every day. Here's some statistics. Every 45 to 50 seconds, somebody's having a stroke, a heart attack, or getting diagnosed with cancer in America. Since we've been on this broadcast, there's probably been close to 30, 40 people diagnosed while we're talking. That's how scary it is. So if you think about it, well, why isn't the government really exposing this? Why aren't they putting, it's amazing how you want to put all these coupons in my mailbox. Mm-hmm. You want to put all these shopping and spending money and getting loans in my mailbox, but you're not showing me anything on how to change my life and benefit. Because I learned that the system that we live in, people don't make money on cures. They make money on treatment.
Yes, they do.
As long as they can keep treating you and giving you a little stimulus here and there to keep your mouth shut and keep on doing this and giving you a little bit extra here so you just don't say nothing, you stay comfortable, they can take over your life. Because he who controls your money controls your life.
Facts.
And that's the difference. That's why I don't buy into that. Oh man, they trying to keep me down. They trying to do this. They trying to do that. When you got money, you got options. Yeah, you can make decisions really quick. You don't have to buy into their system. You don't got to go take no vaccine. You ain't got to go do all this and that. You don't got to, well, if you want to do that, I'll just do this. If you want me to go there, if you don't want me to go to this restaurant, I'll just go over here. I don't have to take what you give me. And that's what I'm more on. Giving people freedom, their options back, and establishing the value of somebody's last name. You look at Gucci, last name, Versace, last name, Wells Fargo, last names, Rolls Royce, last names, Marshall's last name, Walmart name, Sam's name. You think that you're putting money into a brand, but you're putting money into somebody's last name. Yeah. And I tell people, what's the question is, for everybody that's watching today, what is your last name worth?
You see, you're challenging the people now on the Leverage Show. If y'all better put the fire emojis in the comments because y'all already know. What is you gotta say it one more time for the people, Pastor Rayshawn. Let's go. Talk to them.
Man, I'm telling you, the question is, what is the value of your last name? You know, we buying these brands. I'm wearing Michael Kors. This is somebody's name. I'm like, you know what? I need to start getting my name out there, getting my own brand out there. We got to stop renting, borrowing, begging, pleading, and start designing our own, doing our own thing. But get with the people that specialize in creating what you do. You might got the vision, but you got somebody that can create. But we're so jealous. We want to have our hands on everything. T. Jake said it best. If you ever find somebody that want to have their hands on everything, the most that they'll have is two things.
Come on now, talk to him.
He said that.
Yeah.
I try not to have my hands on. I want to be the dumbest one in my clique. I don't want to be the smartest one. Because if everybody's smarter than me, my company can run without me. My movement can move without me. My things can run without me. I don't want to be the one responsible. I don't want to be the go-to person. I want to sit on the sideline. And so, man, that's just it, man. I mean, it's just all about recreating people, man. You got another thing, man. People are losing money right now in the stock market. Yeah. Do you know that 401k was never designed to be a retirement plan?
At all. At all.
Here, when they designed it, even the CEO, I think his name is Benham, CEO of 401k, designed 401k to be a way for you to learn how to get into the stock market without having to go through a stockbroker. And when they designed it, taxes was only like 3 or 4% at that time. They didn't think that taxes were going to increase because they say, here's a way where you can grow your money, tax defer it, gain as much momentum as you can, and pay little taxes when you retire. Taxes now 33 to 50% when you tax because you jump into a self-employment tax bracket. So you might be paying 14% as a W-2, which you could have been, but you're saving these taxes for later on. You get your money. They say, you're paying Uncle Sam half of what you got. And then you're losing money. Like right now, last year, 16% lost out of the market. I got an article, Bank of America predicted 24% more losing this year. So that's a total of 40%. People say, oh, I'm going to wait till it goes back up. Well, if you take a 40% hit, you have to do an 80% gain just to break even.
Yep.
When's the last time the market has ever done 80%? Never. And so when you're losing money, the only thing that's guaranteed in these plans is you're guaranteed to pay some fees because they're going to make their money. Because think about it. If this is what I make for a living, managing your money, you think I'm going to tell you the market's losing money, pull your money out? No. So a lot of times the advice we get from some people, you got to look at it. How much is it in my interest and how much is it in for their interests?
Facts.
Because if they tell everybody to take their money out, they're no longer employed. So they're hoping too. Well, I hope this does go up. Well, trust me, it's going to limit the first. Hold up. Wait. When the whole time, if you look at it, if you look at retirement, it's only 16% of Americans that retire. And who's the 16%? The top 16% income. Yeah. So when you look at that, that's why you see people 65, 75, 80 years old still working at Walmart. I got a guy that just retired, 82 years old from Walmart. And the only way he did is some guy felt sorry that was a military veteran, donated some money to pay off his house. That's the only way he retired. Look at it. Go to Walmart right now. Go to the hospital. Look at you see them. Oh, they're not working because they don't have nothing to do. They cannot work. The average retirement is right around $800 to $1,000 a month because you're losing money. So 500 years ago, they had fixed index annuities. Right. This is where you put insurance on your money. You never lose money. You got compounding interest. You get just as high of a return as the other investments, but watch this. Lifetime guaranteed income is the only thing you get. Lifetime guaranteed income is through insurance because guess what? They got rid of the pensions in 1980 and shifted the 401k because companies knew, oh, we're responsible for paying this money the rest of their life. We got to shift this, And so, man, I can go on and on and on about this stuff, man. You got to tell me to shut up, man. You got to tell me.
No, brother, you don't even understand how much you're dropping and dropping in a short amount of time that's compacted. So, dude, no, we're ecstatic about this. So I really want to pick back up on that because a lot of people don't know what to do, what moves to make. They don't even know what they may have access to out there. Could you go on ahead and kind of let people know, man, what they may have access to that a lot of people don't know they may have access to be able to pull money so that they can make other money grow and make money grow passively?
Well, you've got a lot of different strategies that people look at. The way insurance works, it's a permanent policy where you're able to get cash value and you're getting the rate of return. You got two ways. You got a whole life policy where it's based on the performance of the insurance company or the mutual aspect. And then they also give you a dividend that's based on the performance, which is not guaranteed there. But the name of the game now is the index universal life policies, where you're able to get even an uncapped strategy return. But it's flexible because you can do several different things. You can move things around. You can do different things like that. And so it just, everything is always based on what's the fit of the person that you're talking to, because everybody has a certain goal. Everybody has a specific age, so you never know what's going to be the good fit until you sit down and talk with the person. And so when it comes to these policies, when you look at, the companies out there that you see everywhere in your neighborhood, like State Farm, Allstate, Geico, Primerica, all those companies you run into. The reason why this information is so scarce is because the AIGs, the Fidelities, the Mutual Omahas, the National Life Groups, the Fidelity, all these companies have been out for 200 years. They're in corporate buildings. Yeah. They're only in certain locations, and they only use the people in the field. So the reason why this information is not getting out there is because they don't do commercials, because they'd rather just pay for sure business and education from people that know how to get into market. They don't know how to get into the hood. They don't know how to get down there on Martin Luther King Street. Every hood got Martin Luther King Boulevard. Yeah, they ain't gonna go out there, so they don't know how to reach people like us. And we're wide open because guess what? We're the biggest consumers. Yeah, we're the biggest consumers. That's why when we boycotted, we shut a lot of companies down. They say, hold on, let's give them what they want, because they realize we spend more money than everybody. Facts. And so we're a wide open people where we're talented. We're the best at sports. We're the best at music. We're the best at this. We're best at that. But the only thing missing is we got the lack of knowledge. And the Bible says our people are destroyed by the lack of, not the lack of ability, not the lack of common sense, but the lack of knowledge. And so we start, that's why if you look at it, we never read books, we read magazines, because we like pictures, we like colors, we got to see something, we're visual. We can't think too far out there, right? So if we start back reading, and we start getting around people instead of being jealous of people, saying, well, man, I ain't trying to get with them. If we say, look, I don't care if I like this person or not. They got what I need. I'm going to get with them and learn what I can get. And so I can be independent, so I can get on my feet the right way, Facts. And I think there's a lot of people out here, though. They've been in that boat. And let's take it back real quick. They've been in that boat of wanting to learn the education and wanting a straight stream where the education is, but to also apply it. Is there something, Pastor Rayshawn, that maybe you or your staff have done where you guys have said, not only we're going to give you education, we're going to help walk you by the hand to help apply the information that you're receiving? Have you came across some stuff like that now? Oh, that's what we do. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Saturday, I run a webinar where we educate over 100 families every time. And people are hungry for this stuff. If we have 100 people on the call, maybe 98 remain. We don't get a lot of drop-offs. People are looking for ways to protect their household, whether it be because of an emergency, whether it be because they want to do better, maybe want to set up their kids. Think about it. You can do a college plan, for example. You do a college plan. If the kid don't go to college, then what? You can't buy a car with it. You can't do this. You can't do that. Limited. So you look at a policy. If the kid don't go to college, they still get their money. If they need to get a car, they still get their money. So it's the strategy, showing people how they can do this stuff. I show companies, instead of taking your real estate money and buying a subdivision and spending your money and not making it work, put the money in the policy, borrow it, take it right back out, and then go buy the subdivision, and you're still earning interest on your money while you're using it over here. Let me tell you a person. I know you're probably too young to remember who O.J. Simpson is.
Oh, man, there you go. There you go. There you go, man. I watched him get chased down there back.
We found that out. how did O.J. Simpson not go completely under? Even though he got his Heisman taken, he got sued, he got this, that, garnished that out.
Mm-hmm.
They told him, put all your money in the life insurance policy.
Yep.
You can't touch it.
Can't touch it.
Can't garnish it. For you guys, a child support out there, I'm not trying to give y'all some secret, but you got the money in there. Can't nobody touch it. They can't subpoena a life insurance policy, a hidden asset.
Yep.
Only the benefits. It's an agreement. It's a contract, like a will, that, hey, this goes to my beneficiary or whatever. And according to IRS code 7702 72E and 7702, insurance can't be taxed. So that's how you're able to get those tax advantages.
And those tax advantages are huge. So a lot of people don't know this, but and that's what I was explaining with the lady last night about you being able to move the money in there and being able to actually borrow it back tax-free. There are some other things that you can actually do with that policy as well. It's still earning money. A lot of people have the misconception that it stops the moment that the money is taken out. But talk to the people about the money still being able to earn money and dividends off of that as well.
So if you look at insurance is nothing but a pool of investors. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got their money in this because they know it's safe. It's regulated. It ain't never crashed. It's the oldest industry. Insurance has been out since 100 BC. 100 BC. Roman Empire.
You mean to tell me Jesus had an insurance policy?
I don't know if he had one, but the Roman Empire had one, because all it is a bunch of people putting their money together and banking on a person to outlive it. And the pool gets so big that by the time they pay, because insurance claims are only about 3% a year. That's it. 3%. That's all they're losing. Yeah. Everything else is just profit. Think about how many people go from one job, pay on insurance, and then walk away. They didn't use it, pay on one job. It's the only thing that's getting free capital all the time. So that's why the government is backed up by it. And so when you look at the insurance setup, man, I lost my train of thought where I was going with this. What was your question? I lost my train of thought.
No. You're all good. I was actually just speaking on exactly on how to be able to leverage that.
Still making money, right? Because what insurance does is they put their money in a bond. They put in a bond where it's generating maybe 2% or 3%. But think about it, when you got trillions of dollars inside of a policy, that's a lot of profit, right? And so the profit that they take from that, they leverage that and go invest into the market. And being that they're the bigger pushers, because they're holding the bank's money. So they're pushing, they can push the market. And so off of that profit, that's how they do what they call a credited strategy for you. And that's how come you don't lose any money, because your money is still in the principal. And then because of the profit coming from here, they're able to credit you this. So all they're doing is taking your money and making money with it, but they have the investors backing it up, and boom. So the investors are constantly getting a return off the monthly premiums. The cost of the insurance is basically paying the investor a return on their money. And it's better than the housing market. That's why, it used to be the housing. It's like, oh man, people always got a place to live. You should watch this movie called The Big Short. Yeah. It talks about how the market crashed and the balloon loans and stuff like that. So it's one of the safest investments, period.
Yeah, that's all facts. Now you got to ask me the difference between term and whole life and IULs. What is the difference between all of those three? Let us know.
Term is basically a contract between a period of 10 years, 15 years, 20, 25, and 30. So after the policy has expired, you have a chance to renew at a higher rate, or you just terminate the policy. Or also you have annual renewable term where you just paying and it's increasing as you go. So a lot of times when it comes to jobs, all job policies are term policies, because they know you're not going to be at the job forever. So basically it's just a 20 or 30-year term that they take out of your check. And the way they do it, instead of saying, hey, as time go by, it's $200 a month. It's just $50 every week. It's just the concept of making people look at it lower. Whole life is a policy that's guaranteed until age 100. It's a little bit more expensive than cost of value. And all insurance is permanent policy. Permanent is a overfunded term policy. So if you look at the cost of the term is inside the whole life, and then you're basically paying maybe $50 or $60 more that's going into your cash value to help support the policy as it gets higher in cost. It comes from the cash value, so it doesn't cost you any more than the money you spent. And same thing with the index universal life. It's the same way, but the index universal life has a lower cost of insurance than a whole life, and it gives you a higher interest rate than a whole life. So that's why it's better with the index fund than it is the whole life.
Now let's talk about that, because I had people who they got a little confused on that between the whole life and the index fund. Could you actually go on ahead, man, and just break down that the index fund, in your opinion, would probably be more better than the whole life is? Correct?
Right.
What would you say?
The reason why is because, and of course, you got to structure it properly. You hear a lot of people out there mention stuff about messed up policies, which, if you overfund it too much and don't do it properly, then it wouldn't be a good fit for a person. But if you structure it properly, and we look at the historical rates based on the last 15, 20 years, it's been performing at a great range, especially with the companies that we have that's been out. We got the oldest company, NLG, been out since 1848. And so they got the game, they understand everything, and they're always improving and adjusting. So when it comes to the IUL allows you to be able to withdraw. It allows you to be able to borrow tax-free. You can withdraw or borrow. There's no limitations on how much you can put in.
Okay.
You can put a lot more money in over and over and over and shift things around. You can adjust your cost of insurance versus you can't do that with the whole life. It is what it is. So you can adjust to make things lower to give you a max, what they call max funded strategy, where you get a lower death benefit to give you a low cost. So that way you're getting a better cash value. And it's designed that after maybe 5 or 10 years, it starts gaining more profit. Now you made back the money that you put in the cost at the beginning, and everything from there is profit. With the IUL, you'll get the living benefit, where you're able to access up to 85% of your death benefit while you're alive. And then you're able to get the death benefit. So if you die soon, you're paid. If you get sick, you're paid. And if you keep living, you got money that you can't outlive. And then at the end, the IUL has lifetime, depending on the company. I know our two companies have lifetime guaranteed income. So that means that you're able to withdraw. Let's say you got $500,000.
Yeah.
$500,000, if you took out 40,000, you'd be out of money in about maybe 12 years.
Yeah.
In any plan, 401k, IRA, whatever. But with the lifetime income, they'll allow you to withdraw something similar to that for the rest of your life until the day you die, guaranteed, even if your money runs out of money. Even if you got nothing in there, the government and the federal and the feds in this contract has mandated them, they have to pay you the money, regardless of if it's gone, if they mismanage it, they got to pay you this lifetime income until you die.
Whoa, time out. You mean to tell me, and we got to talk about this. I got to really break this down for somebody, because I know some people who are in this boat right now. You mean to tell me that there is a policy that's guaranteed to pay, regardless of if it's fully funded or you don't have any funds left and you've exhausted all your funds? This is actually out there.
Yeah, lifetime guaranteed income benefit. Yep. It's in your contract and it's backed up. But like I said, people don't tell us this stuff, man. These have been, think about it. You hear, quote unquote, live off the interest.
Correct.
I've been trying to do that, but I wasn't getting no interest, or I'm losing money. I'm like, well, how can I live off the interest? It was always insurance policies.
Yeah.
It was always insurance. Insurance is the only setup that offers lifetime guaranteed income, because pensions are gone. Even the military had it where you work 20 years, you're guaranteed to retire. Now, unless your grandfather then, when you started, before they passed that bill, you got to put so much in your guarantee, but the majority of it is in a 401k, because these companies, based on the performance of these companies, they can't manage, because inflation is constantly going up.
Yeah. And so when I see this, this brings me to my next point, that there are so many people, they have been saying, what to do with our money. Okay, now you've shown me, Rashawn, that, hey, this money is right here. It's accessible to me, or I can actually set something up that'll help me out for the longevity of my life. What is the next step after that? What could somebody do to make other streams of income? What could they invest in after that point?
So you got the IULs, and then you got the fixed index annuities, of course. Mm-hmm. So fixed index annuities give you a little bit more return, except that just don't have the tax breaks, you know. So you have things like that. And then shoot, in our company, we're always looking for people that want to get licensed. I mean, I'm helping people, you know, make 50,000 part-time, you know, making six figures full-time. I mean, you know, get an insurance license and you'll be able to print money. You know, that's the game that we're in, or just entrepreneurship in itself. You know, the entrepreneurs, we think about it, during the Great Depression in the 1930s, we had more millionaires then than we got more now. Now watch this. We're making more money than we've ever had before. Yeah. But we had more millionaires in the 1930s than we have today. Why is that? Because during the Great Depression, when they hit that mark where in 1929, 1930, 31, 32, 33, 100% loss because it just didn't make no money. Who was still up? Henry Ford. Henry Ford had his factory. And everybody was like, wow, you got workers? Yeah. So it pushed people to say, well, I'm not going to work for myself no more. I don't want the pressure. I'll just go work a job. That's where 9 to 5 started. It started right then out of the Great Depression. Henry Ford was the first one to introduce the W-2 employee. And ever since then, we've been broke more than we've ever been. Instead of getting uncomfortable, rolling our sleeves up, and getting out here and working for ourselves and fighting for our last name.
Yeah.
We take the easy way out.
Yeah. Well, it's true. Well, let's just say this. Do you think that that's an institutionalized move? Because we were taught when we were coming up, and no disrespect against my parents or anything else, or even the people before me, go to school, graduate, get your diploma, get a good job. You understand? That's what it was. Whether you graduated high school, GED, or even graduated college. Yep. Graduate. Once you get that diploma or that certificate, go get a good job. We were institutionalized by our parents coming up. So how does one break the cycle? Because there's a lot of people out here are still saying the same thing, man. They're ready to go ahead and go to work or go back to work when things get tough, quote unquote.
Yeah, exactly. My thing is, how can a person, first of all, you know, the whole goal is to be financially free.
Correct.
How can a person making $40,000 a year tell me how to become a millionaire and they ain't did it for themselves yet? How can you teach me? How can you teach me? So when you think about it, it's designed to make you a professional employee. A professional employee. And so when you look at when they first kind of start launching college, you know, college started, it was working. So everything, whether it's a scheme or whether it's a system or it was hot now, it's cold now. At the beginning of everything, they have to sacrifice and let somebody win so people can buy into the system.
Yeah. People
were getting good jobs at that time. I was bought when I was in high school. I was like, oh man, they got a good job because they got that degree. But now everybody's got degrees now. You got people working at Lowe's that's got a doctor's degree in business. I'm like, dang, you know, it's like, it's just a piece of paper. Who's coming up? These college institutions. Yeah. They're the ones making all this money. And guess what? Stanford University has billions of dollars in life insurance, by the way, too, as well. So it's like the real education. You look at J.C. Penney's 1929, took money out of their policy and rebound during the Great Depression. Foster Farm Chicken started their company from a life insurance policy. Master P started a company with his life insurance policy. Disneyland in 1959 couldn't get a bank loan, so they took money out of their policy and purchased Disneyland. You got McDonald's, Ray Kroc took his policies and funded the mascot, Ronald McDonald, and blew the company up to 37,000 stores in over 100 countries from insurance. Why didn't they teach us that in school instead of who sailed the Mayflower? You know, who created peanut butter? Who created the light bulb? Okay, that's what they did, but what can I do now?
Yes. Facts.
You know, so the most dangerous person, there's two dangerous people I always tell people in life. The most dangerous person is a person that gives up and never leaves their generation anything, never breaks the curse. And another dangerous person is a person that can rewrite history and make it whatever they want it to be. You don't know what the truth is until it reveals itself. They just change a couple of things and then everybody dies off and only wonder. They can change stuff all the time. And the real truth during the Oklahoma, when we had our banks, we had everything, only they know. But now we can rise up now with the information we know now. And if we can come together as people instead of being divided and come more united, man, we're powerful. We don't need, hey, you want to know what's coming together as our people and loving each other and uniting is better than an 800 credit score.
Facts.
I'd rather have 100 people that's walking on the same page, the same agreement, and unifying. I can do more with that 100 than I can do with an 800 credit score.
Facts, all facts. He's talking. But now, for those who are out there, people who may not know this, you have had your hands into the credit repair space as well.
Yeah.
Tell people and everything, man, who may have some good credit with that 800 score or 700 score. How could they actually leverage their credit to possibly go ahead and produce some passive income streams?
Man, there's a lot of things that people can do. It's a lot of tips and tricks leveraging credit. If I would have known what I know today, I would have really worked on my business credit a long time ago. I would have really pushed for that, because when you look at your operating cost, a lot of times we're taking our profit and using it for operating cost. We're using it for this and that, and then something bad happens. Now you're taking even more than you at least expected, and now that pressure's on. I've learned that when you don't have any money, you make bad decisions.
Yes.
You make some real bad decisions. You make some desperate positions. You don't take the chances that you should have took. Like right now, we're finna be in the buyer's market.
Yeah.
If you got cash right now, there's stuff. I got a car I'm looking at right now. Every day I keep saying drop price, drop price, drop price, drop price, drop price. I said, well, I'm going to wait till the pressure gets on and give me a deal. Because they said when crisis happens, millionaires are born. And I believe that. So you got to look at this right now, that it's not about the lucky. It's not about the rich. It's about the informed. You get in at the right time and you get out at the right time. And so when it comes to credit, I suggest everybody leverage their credit the right way. Responsibility. Take care of your operating costs, plan for your profit, put that back so you can pay yourself. And then next month, pay back your operating cost and then put your profit back, and never touch your cash. Never touch your cash. Use credit on everything. And a guy told me this. He said, yeah, I use credit on everything. So that way, if somebody hacks my account, they got to go get their money. Ain't my money.
Yeah.
You got more security because the credit card company gonna get their money. But if you got your money in the bank, how many times have you ever used the bank account's money and you had a hard time getting your money back because somebody gypped you? But if you use a credit card, they got to fight for that. Hey, look, I ain't lose nothing. You know?
Yep. They're able to fight for that. But that's what we heard the one guy say that, man, and it's a one viral quote. He said, never use a debit card. I always use a credit card. And that's because of that insurance right there, to being able to say, hey, I can go get my money back. I'm not even worried about it. They're going to give me my money back. What about you? And I just think that people have had the wrong misconception of credit for so long. In my community, we were always taught buy everything cash coming up in New Orleans, right? Buy it cash. So when you got credit, the first thing you do, don't mess your credit up. Don't buy nothing with that credit. Leave that credit alone. And so the misconception has been construed away, from the teachings that we've came up with. What are some tips and tricks that you have seen that people have started letting their guard down and saying, you know what, we're able to learn how to utilize our credit just a little bit more to keeping everything, man, our credit up, but also learn to leverage it so that it can make these passive income plays?
Yeah, I mean, I've even seen people make some investments, and float their months. Let's say, for instance, you use, 10K, and then, because you don't have to necessarily just pay it back all at once, so maybe their investment still hasn't matured yet, so they can go ahead and just pay the minimum and still make profit. So, you floated 10, you pay your $500 next month, but you made, your profit, and then Next month, if it still didn't float, just pay your $500 until it gets you right. But you still constantly profiting, and then when that big hit hits, they pay it back. So
yeah,
I've seen people invest in crypto. I've seen people invest in a lot of things that you say, well, shoot, I ain't got nothing to lose. Let me take a chance, because you got to take a chance in order to win.
Yeah.
You may lose, but you can't be afraid to lose, because what if you do win? That's the chance. What if? I'm always the what if I do win? I'm the half full person. I'm not the half empty. Yeah. I'm looking at, man, we half full. We on my way.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of people have been afraid of. They've seen so many things collapse. They've seen FTX collapse. They've seen a lot of these other platforms collapse, and they're looking at it on the news, and there's a lot of FUD that has actually entered into them investing. What are some of the things that they can say, you know what, I would rather feel safer investing in that? And who can they actually talk to that can actually help guide them investing in some of those low risk, safer plays?
Man, you guys, I mean, they can talk to you. They can talk to my brother Joseph and them. Shout out to the pen. They put me on a lot of stuff. I mean, very knowledgeable brothers. Mark and Corey and Joseph and my brother Calvin. Just people trying to come up and man. And the key thing, my brother always said this. Have yourself some rules. Have yourself some stipulations saying, okay, I'm going to take so much profit no matter what, because greed is what messes you up. Look at a lot of things we did, and I said, man, if I would just stop being greedy and stop trying to, sometimes we want to rush and we want to just say, well, I'm going to just hold it in there because, instead of saying, you know what, let me take my profit. Mm-hmm. That way, something happens, I got this, but if nothing happens, I'll just wait a little bit longer. I'll wait, I'll be patient. Yeah. And it's just that rush that and man, it's addictive, man. It's like a drug, man. It's hard for people to make wise decisions when you're just you're thinking about your dreams. You're seeing things that you're going to be buying. You're already fascinated about this. You're fascinated about that. Man, the mind is so strong if you know how to take it there. The problem is we don't know how to control our desires and translate them into our destiny. We let circumstances dictate if I'm going to be in a good mood or a bad mood. We let circumstances dictate if I'm going to be up or I'm going to be down, instead of saying, no, I'm still going to stick with the same philosophy, same principle, no matter what happens, no matter how I feel. Even the Bible says, rejoice in all things, rejoice. And again, I say rejoice. So it shouldn't be your circumstance that dictates your attitude, because I tell people your attitude controls your altitude. Either you're going up or you're going down. And so a lot of people just have to put themselves saying, you know what, I'm sticking with these fundamentals, stick with these principles, and let me go find me a mentor. Let me see who's winning, and let me get with them. Whatever I got to pay them, whatever I got to do, whatever I have to invest. But if I can get what they got, man, I can do something.
You can do something. And a lot of games, shout out to you, Brian Garabella. I see you in the building. Jay Ford and everything, man, says COPT. Jay Ford, your brother, man, I'm just... I don't know where is he getting it. Well, listen, let's talk about some of the plays. We talked about these investment passive income streams, being able to leverage from an IUL, being able to leverage from credit or cash. Now let's talk about some of these plays that may have worked and may have didn't work, where some of the people may have did draw FUD from. So I guess Jay Ford wants to talk about COPT. Let's talk about that just a little bit and see where we go from there. So you as me as well, and a lot of us, we were in this one play. It didn't work out well. You understand? It was paying at one point, and we were making some serious money. And then all of a sudden, boom, it crashed. In life, what happens if something doesn't go right, Pastor Rayshawn? Like, man, you know what? This failed. This didn't go right. This didn't work out the way that I planned to, like COPT. What do you do from that point on? Do you just stop, or do you say, you take a break or whatever? Your personal experience, I would love to hear that. And giving wisdom from somebody out there for some people who may have had platforms that failed.
Yeah, man. I mean, it got us really good, because coming from Oakland, seeing all the little tips and tricks, the hustle, the scams, the 3 bottle caps. I mean, any game out there.
Yeah.
It was one I didn't see coming. Because the fact that it lets you make money, it let people withdraw 100,000. People were withdrawing 50. I mean, I'm watching them do it. I'm like, well, dang, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't see it. But after doing research and talking with the right circle of people that already been a part of stuff like that before in the past, they gave me the knowledge. And I said, oh, that makes sense. So, when it comes to things like that, my suggestion is, hey, the reason why you're winning is because somebody's losing. I mean, that's just fact. The money's coming from somewhere, just like the stock market. Somebody's winning and somebody's losing. Everybody can't win. So you just got to say to yourself, if I'm going to get in something, you got to be willing to take that chance of not having a lot of people around to testify about it. You just got to take that chance, because that means that's the beginning phase. That's the beginning phase. And if we would have been in it 3 months earlier, we'd have got out at the right time, but it was just one of those things where you were just in it just too long. And so everything I keep seeing come up, all these different platforms and stuff, it's just about getting in and getting out, and taking a chance, but, my suggestion is, when you're involved in other people, one thing that I did when I did this is I was straight up and I say, hey, look, I don't know what this is going to do. This could shut down tomorrow. Yeah. That was my line every time, because I've been a part of stuff where you use your influence, you use your title to win people over because they really trust you. They don't really know that. And when you put these guarantees on stuff, it comes out ugly, and you end up getting the stick because you didn't persuaded people and they trusted you, even though you said certain things. So that's why I was like, nope. I said, hey, listen, I'm telling you this. I want to scare them. Hey, look, it can crash tomorrow. You got to be okay with that. Don't call me. I'm letting them know up front. So that way I didn't have this conversation straight up. I'm not trying to win you, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be a person that tries to win somebody bad to make a income. Hey, listen, this is the opportunity. This is what you can do. Yeah, I make a little money off it. You can make some money off it. And you can get some, it is what it is. And, that's the key thing. Being straight up with people, let them know the ugly at first. Let the ugly, hey, listen, this can crash. You can lose a lot of money. Don't put more than you can afford to lose. And, hey, look, this is on you. I'm just letting you know about it. I'm not trying to persuade you. If you don't do it, no problem. If you be that way, you'll have more success and you'll have longer relationship where people are like, it's all good, man. I'm still friends with people. They're like, hey, it's all good. But it's not staying in it long. It's a lot of us, if we would have really just had somebody just say, hey, y'all, let's just take some stuff out. Yeah. I think we all would have been in good shape, but we didn't see it. It was going too good, man. It was going way too good.
And I think that's that part of risk management that we always talk about on the Leverage Show, making sure that you guys understand what risk management is. And any investment, it can be, whether it's these platforms or not, it could be in real estate, and I want to touch on that as well and stuff like that with real estate. We're talking about, these financial plays, platforms, all that stuff is great. I want to be able to talk about, is there any possible way, because this sounds like, man, it's definitely something that you can answer, where in the IUL or in some of these other plays like that you're able to withdraw money from off of the policy. Can you get into real estate for those who are wanting to get into real estate, Toro, or some other plays like that?
Yeah, I mean, real estate as an investor, is good. It's just saturated to me. In my opinion, if I be honest, real estate is probably the 10th wealthiest industry. Financial services, what we do, is the number one, because it's not based upon an individual making a decision. It's not based upon the market. The market dictates. During coronavirus, we're still successful, sitting in my yard, spraying my kids with the water hose. We were still making money because we were essential. But when you look at real estate today, I think the perception of what people are doing on social media and taking these pictures and these videos is kind of deceiving a little bit, because when I talk to a lot of these people offline, they're not doing no better than somebody working a regular job, but it looks good. Yeah. They taking pictures, but they didn't sell that house though. But real estate is the way to go, especially Airbnb and Verbo and all that stuff. Great way to make money. I mean, great way to make profit. I mean, I think that's the game now. The game now, people getting apartment complexes and renting out their space and temporarily, because people are always going to need a place to lodge. People are going to need a place for hospitality. And I think if you're going to do it for that reason, it's going to be very profitable. You look at, as long as your payment on the mortgage is at least 5 times less than your profit, I mean, you're doing good. You know, you're paying off your property at the same time, and it's working itself.
Yeah. Awesome. That's great tips, because a lot of people have been trying to figure out, should I get into this real estate market or not? And they've been just trying to figure out ways to get into this. Piggybacking off of this just a little bit, that IUL, is there a way, and even the policies, to be able to take the equity from the real estate and put it in there? Or is there a way for that? Talk to us about it, because I heard that there was a way that you can go ahead and leverage that into that policy.
Yeah, you refinance your property and take out equity. Let's say you take out $100K. All right. Mm-hmm. You take out $100K. I'm not sure on the exact number, but let's say your payment goes up $300 on your mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're making 9-10% on $100K, you're making almost 10 grand a year. And compounded, next year is 12 grand, next year is 14 grand, next year is 20 grand, next year is 30. You're making all this money, and all you're investing out of your pocket is $300. So you take the profit from there and go ahead and bam. So you take the let's say you take 5K and you keep 5K, and then you pay down this mortgage. Boom, boom, boom. Before you know it, you done paid this off, and this money that made money here where you got that security. I mean, it's so many things you can do, man, but it's liquid. Insurance is liquid where you can do that type of stuff.
Insurance is liquid. And that's what we were trying to figure out exactly. Different people are saying different things. I know that this is what you deal with, and this is something you specialize in dealing with. That's what the people want to hear. They want to hear the real truth. Like, hey, can I do this? And if I do this, will I get charged and everything, man, on this side of my real estate? You know, am I getting charged way more? Am I paying more? You know, how is this helping me leverage more, you know, with this? So I always wanted to go ahead and be crystal clear with people, for those who may be able to have, you know, the option to refinance their homes or whatever the case may it possibly be. I love that. Donna Ray says insurance liquid. Yes, it is. Kennard Haynes say implementation, communication, unification, implementation, and then manifestation. I like that, Kennard. You know, we are in a time now when you're talking about some of these plays that we're taking now. We're in a time now where when I see people decide to go ahead and start to maneuver around and to maneuver bigger things, I start seeing people saying, hey, if I get this, I'll be set up for this another 2023 year. What are some of the ways that people can begin to start setting up right now to take advantage of some of those plays that you were talking about? That, hey, it may not be the right time to buy real estate, may not be the right time to buy this car yet, may not be the right time to invest in this yet. What are some of the ways and some of the things that they can see that they can take advantage of with those plays for the 2023 year?
Yeah, right now, insurance all day long, because while the market is crashing, your money is safe. You know, you're still getting some returns, even in a bad market. So you're able to overcome inflation, because the reason why money is not worth as much today like it used to be is because cost of living goes up 6-7% every single year. So right now, interest rates are high, at an all-time high when it comes to mortgages. And I predicted this 2 years ago. I already said, I said, look, it's going to be almost double digits. And so when that's happening, that's freezing up people from spending, and it's a ricochet. We're in a recession. Brace for impact. You can mark my word, you're going to see a lot more layoffs. You're going to see gas prices go up probably $2. You're going to see the market take even more. You're going to see a lot of layoffs, because they have to crash it in order to correct everything. Because right now, that's why it's so hard for people to keep an employee, because employees got so many options. And so what's happening is employers are paying more than they should just to keep somebody, which is causing an effect on prices and everything to raise. So in order to correct it, they got to crash it so things can slow down the money spending, slow down this, slow down that. And then people will start saying, okay, I'm ready to go back to work now. And then they get paid what they're really supposed to get paid. And then everything levels out. So we got about another probably 12 to 18 months of stuff that's going to start happening. And it happens every time. 2008, 2001, 1997, 1976. I mean, you can just keep going back, and you look, you'll see it's always been this. And it's just always about what's going to be the story? Once it was swine flu, it was the Twin Towers crashing. It was this happening. Notice it's always around a tragic event. Notice it's always some kind of event that goes on. Coronavirus. What's going to be this year? You know, so the new House representatives are in office now. They're waiting for that, and it's going to get bad. So people save as much money as possible. Get yourself another side hustle. Get yourself a business. You know, we're always looking for people, but get something that you can have some other income because your job is not guaranteed. Shoot, FedEx closed down 90 of their locations in 5 corporate offices. FedEx. That's job security. Wait a minute, how can they close? Amazon.
Yeah.
You can order some right now to be at your house in 5 minutes. You know, they playing ball. They're playing ball.
Same day delivery with some of these things. Well, you know what, Pastor Rayshawn, with everything being so up in the air and people hearing those statistics, like what you just said, you know, what is a good message that someone could possibly have a strategy or have hope or have a positive outlook of what's coming or what's to come? And how can they go on ahead, man, and take that to implement themselves through 2023?
Man, prayer, and studying to know yourself. Man, I realize that religion has messed up a lot of the saints from really getting the real knowledge of the truth. And when you live in a falsehood of sense of doctrine and things like that, you start operating out of that. And then you don't get what you're supposed to really get because it wasn't even real what you're doing anyway. Yeah. Because a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of things come from people not having confidence within themselves, having the spiritual connection themselves. They're only connected when they're in front of the pastor. They're only connected when they're at the church building. But when Corona shut everything down, it showed people's faith wasn't really strong. They were having this dopamine fix, you know, where, you know, it's all high and then it wears off Monday through Saturday. Yeah. And so if people start getting connected to the real him, the real source, the real Father, the real Spirit of God, that's going to shape a lot of things. That's going to give clarity. That's going to give wisdom because everybody has their own destiny. You know, you really can't give advice that applies to everybody, but I can say if you get your life right with the Lord for real and you really line up with the truth and find yourself, you'll find everything else because you'll realize I'm a king. You realize I'm a queen. You'll realize that if I'm related to the kingdom, everything here, I own it. I just got to claim it. I just got to go get it. I got to get that victory. You know, I got to put my name on it. I got to speak it, you know? And so what's amazing is I look at Muhammad Ali. He said, I am the greatest even before he fought a fight.
Yeah.
He spoke himself into existence and that's what he became. So a lot of stuff that I do in life is I speak it in existence. And then my mind puts me in a work ethic that makes sure I'm going to get it because I'm confident that that's what I'm going to get. So people get their confidence, get their spirituality up and start getting into entrepreneurship. Those two things there, the right industry, you know, something that's definitely liquid in capital and profitable. And you get your savings up and you got the Spirit of God too. You got power. You got power and you got peace. Power and you got peace.
Come on now. Do y'all understand that? That is the most two powerful things you can have is power and peace. Because I got a lot of people and everything got prosperity, but they ain't got no peace. Or I got people and everything, man, who got power, but they definitely ain't got no peace. And that's the thing, that it's so much stuff with that, man, that most people have been missing. They've been missing that connection. And thank you, Pastor, for you going on ahead and reiterating what people actually need, because that is exactly what's going to sustain us going into 2023. Listen, Pastor, any final words on this show? Because you have been amazing, dude. And I definitely respect your time. I know you got another engagement.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I truly would love the people how can they tap in with you and some great things and everything, man, that you would love to share with the people.
Yeah, man, they can follow me, Pastor Rayshawn Bey on Facebook. My YouTube channel is Your Future Counts. My website is yourfuturecounts.net. You know, they can reach out to me and follow me on Facebook. And we're just so blessed and thankful for everybody that came on today and listen. I hope I was able to give you something that you can take with you. I'm thankful and grateful to be on here. I just want to share a quick little story. There was a cruise ship that was going and riding, and it was a husband and a wife on there. and it was going through a terrible storm, probably one of the most historical, terrible storms that it could ever go through since riding boats. Mm-hmm. And so the wife, you know, she's a sister, she's complaining. She's like, man, you know, we got to stop this. We shouldn't have went this way. We shouldn't have went this way. Why are we going this way? She got on the phone. She said, I need to talk to the captain. I need to talk to the captain. Man, we can't talk to the captain. The captain is trying to drive this ship and put it on path. He got to concentrate. I don't care. He shouldn't have went this way. Why should he went that way? He said, man, we can't. Well, I'm not going to give up to you. Let me see if I can do call you back. The assistant to the captain calls and said, ma'am, I heard that you got some concerns. She said, yeah, I'm concerned. We're going to lose our life. We're going to die. Everything is going wrong and everything like that. And she said, well, ma'am, you got nothing to worry about. How come I don't have nothing to worry about, ma'am? You got nothing to worry about. Why? Tell me how come I don't have anything to worry about? And this is the worst storm that we have ever faced. You guys already say everybody's screaming. He said, ma'am, because before this ship was built, it had the storm already in mind. It was made to go through a storm just like this. What's the point of my message? A lot of you all want to avoid everything that's coming your way. It may be the worstest time you've ever experienced in your life. You might be in the lowest point that you've ever been in your life. But you got to say to yourself that before I was even in my mother's womb, I was built for a storm just like this. I don't know what you guys are going through. I don't know what bill collector is chasing you. I don't know who's stalking you. I don't know what else is going on in your life. But if you just keep holding on and let Jesus take the wheel and guide you where you're supposed to go, notice that where you're not is just a layover. It's not your final destination, that you will land at your destination. And even when you look at the ship that got wrecked in the Bible, they still got to the end on broken pieces. There's somebody today that might be falling apart, but guess what? God is the one putting you back together. I appreciate you. Thank you. That's my time, man. God bless you, man. And I hope I can do this again.
Man, Pastor Rayshawn, shout out to you. You know you coming back, man. You know you coming back. Thank you, man. We truly bless you for that, because that has definitely blessed my life, and I know it has blessed so many other people's lives out here. My wife says, amen, definitely with the prayer hands. Donna Ray turned around and gave you them prayer hands. I love it. I love it. I love it. My guy T. Hughie said, knowing him is power and the peace. I love that. I love that. I love that. GQ showing hands, showing love. You know what time it is, man. Donna Ray showing hands, giving love, man. This is what I'm talking about. This podcast has been amazing. Love the information. Genesee Donald, shout out to you. Definitely. It has all been nothing short of God and everything, man. Blessing this great man of God with us on this platform, with wisdom, with strength, with knowledge, with insight. Thank you, because you don't know how many lives this is changing, and it will change, man, even so after this broadcast. Make sure y'all go follow my guy at Your Future Counts on his YouTube page, correct? Yes, on YouTube page, man, Your Future Counts is right here on the screen, Your Future Counts. Make sure y'all go follow him on his YouTube page. Go like, subscribe, but not just that, go partner with him. He's actually in business. We here on the Leverage Show, we just don't just come to just be, participators. We come to be supporters. Go support the movement. If he's in business, find out what he does to get in contact. 10 to 1, he's in the insurance policy place. Y'all make sure y'all definitely tap in to him and his business to make sure that you guys are connected with that and begin to continue to keep growing with that y'all can make grow your wealth as well as help other people. Get connected with some of the podcasts that I know he's involved with, some of the calls he's involved with, because as you see what just happened in over an hour, he has truly went on ahead and bought it, man, on this show. Shout out to you, J4. Thank you for that seed. J4, thank you. He's sowing where you want to go and sowing to stay in the flow. I love that. You guys just don't even understand what this does. My wife just said, I just started following you. Get with the heart emoji, shout out and everything, man, to my wife. And listen, we are here to lead by example out here. And making sure we lead by example is just not by our words, but by indeed. Y'all make sure y'all go follow, y'all go like, y'all go subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all follow him again on Instagram at where? Pastor Rayshawn Bey, correct?
I'm more on Facebook. Facebook is really my main platform. So if you guys look me up on Facebook, Pastor Rayshawn Bey, out of Frisco, Texas. That's me.
All right, awesome. Y'all make sure on Facebook, y'all go like, subscribe, and everything, man. Is there a friend request or just a follow button or anything like that?
It's a follow button, and I think if you hit the 3 button, it'll show where you can do the add as a friend too.
Okay, awesome. Y'all go tear that friend button up, man. Make sure that y'all go like it, go friend it, go subscribe, and go connect with this man of God and the movement that God has placed in his belly to go ahead and do to lead his people. Listen, we truly, really want to thank you. We really want to thank you. Yes, Kennard said, yes, Jesse, this show has been amazing. Please come back because I would gladly invest hours to listen to Pastor Bey. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Kennard, for that. Listen, make sure you guys are definitely staying tapped in because this man of God definitely will be back on the Leverage Show. Jay Ford definitely seen it. It was definitely none short of what he had said and God had envisioned. And I'm definitely blown away over this hour of power, man, that this man of God has blessed us with on this show. Listen, you guys, we are out of time. We are definitely not out of message. Thank y'all for tuning in on another edition of the Leverage Show. Again, make sure y'all go like, subscribe, and follow my guy, Pastor Rayshawn Bey, and make sure y'all go support the movement of what he's been doing. He will be back on this Leverage Show, so make sure y'all are definitely tuned in and getting this message out to each and every single person. Listen, we love you guys. Y'all have an amazing, wonderful week. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe. May the blessing of God and grace of God and peace of God be upon you. Actually, you know what, Pastor? I want you to pray us out here before we leave off this broadcast.
Yes, sir.
Only way to do this.
Yes, sir. Dear Lord, gracious God, Heavenly Father, we thank you in the name of Jesus. We thank you for all that you have done, all that you are doing, and all that you have done for us. We ask you, Lord, that you wrap your spirit and loving arms around each and every person today. We ask you to touch them in places that they've never felt before. We ask you, Lord, that everybody that's on their way to the hospital, God, you reverse it and send them back home, God. We ask you that you free the people out of jail, God. We ask you that you lift people up in their broken pieces, Lord. We ask you that you touch them and guide them and mold them and shape them in the way they need to be. Touch their finances, touch their hearts, touch their relationships, touch their children, touch these systems and break the system and put back the discipleship and the spirit of truth that, God, you put in for us. Fundamentally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. We ask you, Lord, for traveling grace from wherever someone is. We cancel that car accident. We cancel that funeral service. We cancel that doctor walking the room saying there's nothing else I can do. We walk in it. We believe in it. We stand on it. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen.
Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Thank you for that, Pastor. I mean, I know y'all felt that too out there. There is no distance in prayer. And trust me, the blessing and the anointing of God is transferable and it's hitting y'all right there, smack dead in y'all house, in your car, your job, or wherever you are at watching this broadcast. It has definitely just hit you. Shout out to you, Kennard Haney. I see you. Thank you for that super chat. That $20 seed. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Shout out to my wife and my wifey giving with the prayer hands, showing love. Thank you, GQ, showing love. I see you in the building, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Donna Ray saying amen. Listen, we have all agreed, amen, from this wonderful prayer of Pastor Bey. So thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Listen, we're gone. We're out of here. Till next time, y'all make sure y'all are tapped in Tuesday nights and Thursday nights here on The Leverage Show. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Tonight was an earlier time because the request of Pastor Rayshawn Bey actually has another engagement, and we truly thank him and honor him for his time tonight. So again, he will be back on this Leverage Show. Y'all make sure that y'all bring everything that y'all need to bring and bring more guests because we are definitely here to help empower and help change the community here on the Leverage Show. Listen, we love y'all. Have a wonderful, great day. Have a wonderful, great week. And guess what? We'll see y'all back next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Let's go.